Hey everyone. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is definitely a case of how the ending just barely, and I mean barely, saves this chapter in my mind. Because, okay, to start off, obviously the thing to talk about is a lot of this chapter is pretty much all, one, all for one having successfully taken over Shigaraki's mind and body and whatnot. And but in the process of all that as well, we see All for One kind of basically going through the motions of kind of explaining his whole plan in detail and what's led to this point and how he's manipulated like Shigaraki's life and all that kind of thing. And again, this is where the crux of the problem comes in for me, which is to say, I I think All for One has become too much of a caricature of himself at this point. Which is to say, I don't get me wrong, I do like how manipulative a villain he is or was, but the thing is, his manipulations have gotten to the point of kind of parody in a way. Like don't get me wrong, I can believe that he's manipulated things up to a certain point. But when you get into the kind of shit that he talks about in this chapter of manipulating Shigaraki's father, of manipulating the whole situation, that of manipulating the whole even the situations of his childhood up to this point, that's where that's where it really starts to get a little bit unbelievable to me and a little bit unrealistic in the sense of like it feels like it feels like with the explanation of how much All for One has manipulated Shigaraki's life, it feels like nothing has been left up to circumstance anymore. Like nothing, like absolutely nothing we pretty much know of Shigaraki's life has been left up to just pure accident or just pure or just pure tragedy. It is basically all of it is basically all revolving around All for One now. It's like there couldn't just be not even his own past actions were technically of his own fault. It's all for one, and that again that kind of gets the big problem I have, which is all of all of it is All for One. None of it was technically Shigaraki's fault, which I think again it feels like it takes away the urgency and the circumstance away from everything that has happened to Shigaraki now. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it just doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel like anything is his and anything was of his urgency anymore. It's like everything is All for One, which again does kind of fit, but at the same time, when it comes to his backstory, it's like no, it's like it's kind of ruined his backstory for me in my mind. It's like changing the very perspective of that backstory, and I don't like it honestly. Um, but okay, with that with that said, though, again, as I said, the ending of the ending does well again while the ending doesn't and while the ending of the chapter I want to say doesn't fix all that, it does at least save it in the sense of like okay, we are at least working to something good now, which is to say that by the pretty much end of the chapter we pretty much see Ojiro and and all a lot of Sero, Ojiro, and Sato, or sorry, Sero, Ojiro, and Sato, basically coming in to kind of to provide Midoriya backup, and and again, this is the part I really like because it's just kind of old school classic My Hero Academia, like Izuku's classmates like rushing to his aid, like coming in to help him, and then of course we also get the reveal at the very end of Aizawa also making a return, which yeah, it's Aizawa's been put on the back burner for way too fucking long. So I'm happy the man's back in action. And honestly, like just kind of looking him walk through that portal with only one leg, standing up on one leg, it's like okay, that's kind of fucking badass, and I want to see what it can do. How he fights with just one fucking leg. This is gonna be fucking awesome. Like, I'm sorry, like, just the prospect of this happening is like, okay, I want to see this shit. But yeah, or and again, just pretty much seeing Izuku's classmates come in to save his ass. It's classic My Hero Academia, which I always love. That, like, no matter how strong Izuku gets, there are some things that always remain the same, which is that in the end he's always gonna kind of end up in that situation where he's gonna end up having to be saved. It's again, it was a constant. It's been a constant through the series. I know people are gonna complain about that, but that's kind of on par with with technically how Izuku's whole tenure has been, honestly, as a hero. Um, and now, obviously, the other big thing, I guess, is that Izuku's arms have been basically blown to hell. And it's going to be interesting to see how Horikoshi approaches that, because maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't think Healer Girl, or whatever her name is, can heal things that are that broken. Like, I, I, maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't think she can. I don't think she can actually repair, like, she can repair limbs that are damaged, but I don't think she can repair limbs that are broken, if I'm understanding correctly. So it's like completely torn off or broken. So it's like, I wonder what this situation is going to be for that. If it's going to be that he's going to have to get replacement limbs, or if it's going to be a thing where his will grow back because of Healer Girl. I don't know, but I'm curious where Horikoshi is going to take that, because it feels like it's something he just can't grow back. But again, we'll have to wait and see. I guess I don't know. It's like something's gonna make it's the fact that his arms are broken off just kind of intrigues me a bit. Um, but yeah, guys, that's kind of all I got for this review. Enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Analyst Control. Be sure to hit the notification bell, the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Dark Knight of Night signing off. Later, everyone.